Good morning. Welcome to Gilead Baptist. Good to have everybody this morning. Today is going to be a little different. Brother Sean and Brother Zach are both out of town this weekend. So we have Brother Chris Heath, of Canaan Baptist. And he's going to present a message today. And it's going to be a blessed message, I'm sure. Good to have everybody today. And just relax. Enjoy yourself and have a good time in the Lord. Thank you.
Okay, if you'll stand and we'll do some singing.
Sing His mercy and His grace.
come to you this morning, just praise you for another day of praise. We just thank you for Gilead Baptist Church. We thank you for our speaker. Pray that you will bless him and anoint him. We pray that you put your blessings on the all tithes and offering, and that it will be used for your service. In Jesus Christ we pray.
Or gold or gray, I still love to Marvin, I got it up.
Is it on? All right, I ain't used to have one of these. My wife says I'm loud enough. Amen. All right. He's pointing to the TV. He says, dismiss children for church. So if you want to go to children's church, go. If you don't, stay.
That's another one.
Amen. You may want to turn me down just a hair. I will go ahead and apologize if you get spit on. I'm sorry. All right. It's a pleasure being here. Amen. I'm thankful that I'm saved. I'm still amazed myself. I've been saved 21 years. And it still amazes me every day that he was saving an old sinner like me.
Come on, preacher.
And I'm so thankful that he did. Amen. If it wasn't for him, I don't know where I'd be. But because of him, I'm thankful I know where I'm going. Amen. Amen. Y'all help me out a little bit, it would be a whole lot easier for me. Amen. Mark chapter number 5. Mark chapter number 5. Verse number 21. If you would stand as we honor the reading of the word. I'm thankful for your pastor. Amen. Brother Sean, I pastor the church in Commerce, and he preached a revival for me, and I'm thankful for the man of God. Amen.
Amen.
Verse number 21 says, and when Jesus was passed over again by the ship into the other side, much people gathered unto him, and he was nigh to the sea. And behold, there cometh one of the rulers of the synagogue, Jairus by name, and when he saw him, he fell at his feet, and besought him greatly, saying, My little daughter lieth at the point of death. I pray thee, come and lay thy hands on her, that she may be healed, and she shall live. And Jesus went with him, and much people followed him and thronged him. And now we're going to skip down to verse number 35. While he yet spake, there came the ruler of the synagogue's house, certain which said, Thy daughter is dead. Why troublest thou the master any further? As soon as Jesus heard the words that were spoken, he saith unto the ruler of the synagogue, Be not afraid, only believe. And he suffered no man to follow him, save Peter, and James, and John, the brother of James. And he cometh to the house of the ruler of the synagogue, and seeth the tumult, and them that wept and wailed greatly. And when he was come in, he saith unto them, Why make ye this ado, and weep? This damsel is not dead, but sleepeth. And they laughed him to scorn. But when he had pulled them out, he taketh the father and the mother of the damsel and them that were with him, and entered into where the damsel was lying. And he took the damsel by the hand, and saith unto her, Talitha cumi, which is being interpreted, Damsel, I say unto thee, arise. And straightway the damsel arose and walked, for she was the age of 12 years. And they were astonished with great astonishment. And he charged them that straightly that no man should know it, and commanded that something should be given her to eat. Well, let's pray. Father, we do love you. God, I thank you for this opportunity. I thank you for your word. I thank you for what it means, God. I pray, Father God, that you would be in the midst, that you would just touch in a mighty way. I pray, God, that Chris would get out of the way, God, and you would just use me and just touch each person here. There's somebody here that don't know you. I pray that they will be saved this morning. And God, I pray that you would just be with us. And we love you and we praise you. In Christ's name, amen. You may be seated. About November of last year, I started a study on Mark chapter number 5 on Wednesday night. And it took me about, 3 or 4 months to get through Mark number 5 and the study on Wednesday night. And while I was studying this, we came to this story of this man who had a daughter. And if I was to title the sermon, it would be, What Do You Do when somebody else's prayers get answered and not yours. And I was studying this, and I was thinking that how this man, and we know where Jesus, at the beginning of chapter number 5, that he had the legion of demons in this man, and he healed that. And we know the story about the swine and how they run into the water and drown, and how the story there. And then we see where Jesus goes back to this land, to where this man where Jairus was. Now, we all know if you have kids that you would go above and beyond to do anything to help your kids. No matter what it be, you would do whatever you had to do for your kids. Amen. I know I have 2 boys, and I know that I would die for my 2 boys so that they could have life. Amen. Some of the greatest things in my ministry was being there when both of my boys accepted Christ as their Savior, and me having the privilege to baptize both of them. And I don't know if I can get any higher on the mountaintop than I was those 2 days. But we see here where Jairus had this daughter who was sick, and she was at the point of death, and she was there just laying there, and Jairus didn't know what to do except go to Jesus. Amen. I'm thankful that His amazing grace still works today, just like it did back then. I'm thankful that His grace is still what we need to have. I'm thankful that His grace is still what we need today. I'm thankful for His grace. And it's just not grace, it's amazing grace. I'm thankful for it. But we see here where Jairus had done all he could do, and he went to Jesus. Now we can learn some things from Jairus here, how we go, and there's so many different sermons to preach out of them, how you go to Jesus with your problems, amen? And there's so many things, but you notice I skipped a part of scripture in there about the woman with the issue of blood, and I skipped it for a reason, just because I want us to understand where Jairus' mindset was. Now just imagine if your daughter was there sick to the point of death. If your kid was laying there sick to the point of death, and you went to get Jesus to bring him back to the house. You went to get Jesus to bring him back to your house so that he could lay hands on your daughter and heal her. Now we see here while he was walking down the road where this woman with the issue of blood, now we know the story with the woman of the issue of blood, how she went through the crowd and she nipped his garment. But let's have a mind thought just for a second of where Jairus was at while this woman with the issue of blood was getting healed. Amen. Let's think about his mindset for a minute. Let's think about your mindset for a minute. Where would you be if your daughter was dying but somebody else was getting the healing? Where would you be? And I was thinking about this, and I was thinking about how Jairus must have been depressed. How Jairus must have been, I'm just an old country boy, flabbergasted. How he must have been distraught. He must have been heartbroken. While he was trying to get Jesus to the house, somebody else was getting the healing. His daughter was dying. Nobody else is in the crowd went to get Jesus. Nobody else went to the shore to get Christ. Nobody else went to get him but Jairus. But while he was going to the house, somebody else was getting the healing. Just think about where he would be. Where you would be. I know I would be mad. Amen. I would be upset. I would be fighting, man. Am I the only one who gets fighting mad every once in a while? I'm glad we're all human. Amen. And I see where he would be upset. Do y'all see where he would be upset? Do you see where he would be heartbroken? How he must have been standing there and knowing that Jesus was going to heal his daughter. But while he was standing there, Jesus stopped in the middle of the road. somebody else. Somebody else got to heal him. Am I the only one that gets in a hurry? Amen. We all get in a hurry. The whole world's in a hurry, is it not? Probably best we slow down a little bit. But we see where he must have been to a point where he was in a hurry because his daughter's dying, but now Jesus has stopped. It's like you trying to hurry up and get to the restaurant at the church when a car pulls out in front of you and you go 10 miles an hour. Amen. We lose our spirit for a minute.
Amen.
But we see where he must have been to a point where he was destroyed. He was heartbroken. And not only was he wanting his daughter healed, but he was wanting a reassurance in his life that God, that Christ could heal her. Amen. Y'all ever been to a point where you just didn't know, that you knew that he could, but you didn't know if he would? You know he can answer your prayer, and he can do whatever he wants to do, but sometimes I wonder if he will. And I'm thinking that Jay Iris was probably thinking that he didn't know if he would or not. That's his baby. That's his one who was sick. That's his daughter who was there. But somebody else is getting a healing on the way to the house. And we see where Jairus was standing there in the midst of the crowd, standing back and looking at Jesus, talking to this woman with the issue of blood, and saying, "Thy faith made thee whole." And Jairus is probably thinking about, "But I got faith. I'm the one that went and got you. I got faith. I know that you can do it. What about me?" Anybody ever said that beside me? Amen. What about me? What about me? And Jairus was probably standing there thinking, "I don't know what to do. What about me?" And then, put the icing on the cake, this guy from his house come and said, "You know what? Leave Jesus alone. Your daughter's dead. Leave Jesus alone. Your daughter's dead." Could you see where his mindset would be? Somebody just come and said, "Hey, your daughter's dead. Tell him just leave the master alone. Tell him to go back and do what he's got to do. You don't need him no more." Can I tell you this morning that no matter what the world's going on, no matter what's happening in your life, we need Jesus.
Amen.
I taught Sunday school before we came to church. I do apologize. Y'all probably didn't think it was coming, did you? And my wife said, "They're going to think we ain't showing up." I had to teach Sunday school this morning. And we talked about the Revelation, about the church there in Sardis, where Jesus said that confusing verse, "I shall not blot your name out of the book of life. I will confess." I'm glad to know that I have a Savior who loves me, that one day in my day of judgment, he's going to come in and God's going to be judging me, and he's going to say, "Look, his name's in the book. His name's in the book. He knew who I was. His sins were washed in blood, and I want to know that I'm going to heaven."
Amen.
I'm thankful for that. But Jairus, my daughter's dead. He probably just kind of assumed, lowered his head, probably shook, heartbroken. You were singing Amazing Grace a while ago. I remember when I was growing up, I would come home from the school bus. My grandma would be in the kitchen cooking, singing Amazing Grace. That song was special, but it had a special meaning to me because of that memory. But Jairus here, and his daughter's dead. He said, "You don't need him no more. Just let it go. You can't do anything. Isn't that like a good Christian person to put limitations on Christ? Is it not? I would say that's a good Baptist, is it not? Amen. To put limitations like, well, he can't do this. He can't do that. He can only do this. That's not the way God works. So we see here where Jairus' daughter's dead, but Jesus said, he said, be not afraid, only believe. Be not afraid, only believe. Now I can understand that now he's done got frustrated. He went to get Jesus, somebody else got a healing, his daughter's dead, and he's telling me just to believe. He's probably frustrated, man. Y'all see this? I hope I'm painting a good picture. But we see where Jesus never left Jairus. Notice somebody else got a blessing, but he was always with Jairus. Jairus was depressed. He was mad. He was upset. His daughter's dead, but Jesus never left his side. He said, just believe. Just believe me. You believe me enough to come get me. Believe me enough now to know that I can heal your daughter. Believe me enough now that I can do what you want me to do. Believe me now I can do what you need me to do. But here's an amazing thing we see in verse 37. That he suffered no man to follow him. St. Peter, James, and John, the brother of James. I won't walk on this too much. But everybody can't go get the blessing that you're going to get. Some people can't be with you. You may say, what do you mean? I'm saying that I got saved when I was 18. Say 21 years. I've been preaching 9 years. Did I play softball against you? I think I did. I was looking there. Big secret. But I used to go all over the country playing softball. I wish I had that money back. Amen. I've been from northern Michigan to South Florida. Playing ball. And after I start calling to preach, some of those people ain't around anymore. You find out who your true friends are then. Amen. I remember one time we were sitting in the ball field. Somebody come by and asked me, said, "You still preaching?" For the next 15 minutes, I was talking to this person. I got to talk to him. I looked around. I was sitting there by myself. Nobody wants to hear that. Amen. Nobody wants to hear about Christ. And I realized at that point that if I'm going to advance my walk with Christ, not everybody can go with me. Not everybody can go with me. And so we see here where Jesus, he only took Peter, James, and John, the brother of James. He said, hey, let's go to the house. Let's go to the house. Leave everybody else here. Let's go to the house. And they walked in the house and they had some hired mourners. There were people in that day that they hired just to go when somebody passed away to cry. They were hired mourners. How's not to have that job? That'd be rough, wouldn't it? And so they went to the house and he said, why are you crying? She's not dead. She's just asleep. She's not dead, she's just asleep. What happened there? The mourners, they laughed at him. We see in the next verse. In verse 40, it says they laughed him to scorn. And he put them out of the house. He said, y'all ain't ready for what's about to happen. So he goes into the room. He heals the daughter. He heals the daughter. Well, let's go back to the hours. Just imagine the roller coaster day that he did. Lows, the lowers, and the highs. And we see where Jairus, now who is happy, now that Jesus answered the prayers, now he can believe what Jesus does. Now he can say that Jesus had healed his daughter. His daughter is alive. His daughter is well, only because Jesus come and laid his hands on her. And we see Jairus went from being depressed to happy. I got a couple of points now we're done. That was a good introduction. What is it like in your life when somebody else is getting blessed that you feel like you're missing? What is it like in your life when somebody else is being healed, but you're the one that went to get Jesus? What is it like in your life when everybody else is going their way, but it's your way and going the way you want it? What is it like? Are you faithful enough to still be there with Jairus and know that he's going to stay by Jesus' side the whole way through? Even when his daughter was dead and they laughed at him because Jesus said that she was just asleep and everybody else around him aren't believing what Jesus can do, but you still believe he can do it. But you still believe he can do it. So do we have the faith that Jairus had to know that when everything is going around you is going bad and everything's going downhill, but you still know that Jesus can do it, you don't turn around and run from Christ. That you don't run from Jesus. You just stay by his side. Jairus here was a man who was a ruler of the synagogue. He was a man. He was a man that knew who Christ was. He was a man that prayed. He was a praying man. He was a man that trusted in Christ, because if he didn't trust him, he wouldn't have went and got him, would he not? But even in his deepest, darkest moments, he stayed by Christ. He stayed with Christ. So this morning, as I can quote the words of Jesus, be not afraid. Be not afraid. He told me to do that. Just because she's going to the piano, mean I'm doing it. My wife and boys will tell you. 2 Kings chapter 3 said when the musicians started playing, the Spirit of the Lord came in. Right? Go ahead, start. Just play that amazing grace, would you? With your heart. You feel like you're all alone. I know we serve a God who loves us unconditionally. And I know in John chapter 9 he said, as long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world. I understand that, but sometimes it gets dark, does it not? gets hard. And I pray that when times get tough and things aren't going our way, is when we get closer to God than we've ever been. Because can I tell you, when we let our guard down and let God work in our life, that's when God truly shows up and does a mighty work. When Jairus was there, didn't know what to do, and Jesus just said, "Be not afraid, only believe." That's easier said than done, is it not? Only believe that He can do it. And we need to get to the point, I can't say we, I don't know. I need to get to the point in my life where I can walk closer to God even when everybody else is going good. It's not going good for me. I think about Abraham walking this boy up the mountain to sacrifice him. And I think about the heartache he must have had going up the mountain. And even when Isaac said, "Hey, we got the fire, we got the wood, where's the sacrifice?" He said, "God will provide." Little did Abraham know that he was going up one side of the mountain and God would send a ram up the other side of the mountain for the sacrifice. All he did was believe that God could and God would. My favorite book of the Bible is Ruth. And I like to get around people where I can say like Ruth said, "Wherever you go, I'm going to go. Wherever you die, I'm going to die. Whoever God yours is, that's going to be mine." And that takes action, does it not? And Ruth said, "I'm going to follow you no matter what. We ain't got no money, we ain't got no food, but I know that your God that you serve will provide for me." God will provide. Jairus didn't know what was about to happen to his daughter. But the only thing he knew was that he had to get to Jesus. He had to get to Jesus. And when he got to Jesus, somebody else got a blessing. And then his daughter died. But Jesus was still out there with him. He said, "I just want to get to the house. Just to see if you will." Then when he told his daughter that, he said, "Don't tell nobody what I've done. This is what I like." He said, "Give her something to eat." And I don't believe he's talking about to this tonight, this morning. I'm not talking about physical food. I believe we need to get some spiritual food inside of us. And she wanted just for a little bit. Can I tell you, the world will give us something that we don't need, but God will give us everything that we gotta have. And I ain't talking about this any old church. I ain't talking about none of this charismatic glory. I'm talking about Bible believing. We got to get back to what the Word says. I got to get back to what the Word says. No matter what it be. Look at you. My sister. She said, "You better not get so did my boy. He said, "Don't you get me from that church." As much as I love my sister, she didn't want to get up. She said, "No." But she did. As Once you see our JR says no, he still grabbed hold of Jesus. He said, let's go to the house. I know things ain't going the way that I want it to now. And I know things are hard, and I know things are tough, and I don't know what else to do because my daughter's already been dead. And we may say, I don't know what to do because God ain't answering my prayers. God ain't doing what I asked him to do. All I can tell you to do is grab a hold to his hand. Right? Follow. Because that's all he wants us to do anyway. Just follow. Right. Thank you. Mom loves you. Is that not what he wants us to do?
That's right.
It's just follow him anyway. We live in a day where we need Jesus more today than we've ever needed. Watch the news. I got a 14-year-old and an 8-year-old. My 8-year-old more outgoing than the 14-year-old. He come home from school one day. I picked him up from school. He said, Daddy. I said, what is it, brother? And I always ask him, what did you do at school today? Usually we went to PE, we went to art, we went to do all this stuff. He said, but Daddy, today I told somebody if you know who Jesus was, he wouldn't believe. I shouted in the truck. I'm telling you, today we need Jesus. We just need to grab a hold to him like Jairus did and not let go of him and just get into the house so that we can get into the house and we can get some spiritual food that we need so that we can grow and we can walk with Christ like we should. Some spiritual food. I wasn't going to preach this till I walked the pulpit. We'll put it on my heart. I don't know about y'all, but I like it when it gets to the house. I like to be scooched up to it. I like to love on it. You know? I like it when he loves on me. So maybe this morning there's somebody who's struggling with something. Or they don't know how to give invitation. I ain't never been good at this. I've learned it's time to be quiet, it's time to be quiet. Whatever's on your heart, whatever's troubling you, get into the house. Maybe he's at your house doing trouble with choice. I don't know. I'm sure Brother Sean preaches over here. I'll make up for the time this evening. But we, as the body of Christ, as the church, because it's just one church. Yes, I'm going to say many churches, I'm going to say a church. We need to come together and get some spiritual food. Get them to the house like Jairus. It may look like somebody else is getting a blessing. Just get them to the house. Just stick by his side. He'll take care of it. He'll take care of it. If you would stand. If anybody needs to come, you should come.
that. Actually, appreciate you coming. So just a couple of things. I know y'all got a bulletin and maybe the announcements were playing earlier. I'm not sure. There's no choir practice. I think we will resume next Sunday night. And there's an Awana meeting the 21st. I remember that. And I know there was a note in there about the men's prayer breakfast. I think that's homecoming Sunday, not sure. So we'll confirm that, because if that's homecoming, August the 4th. I think August the 4th is homecoming. So I'm not sure if they'll still have prayer breakfast or not, but we'll confirm that. Okay, Dusty, do you mind leading us in prayer and be back tonight at 6? And thank you again, Brother Chris. Appreciate you coming.